Necesitamos estampillas que cambien.
Close enough.
You are now tuned in to your number one radio station.
Violent people.
Radio.
All right, folks, welcome to Violent People Radio, episode 81. I'm your host, one of your hosts, Sam. With me, per usual, Dan Rice. Dan, how we doing?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling punctual.
Yeah, I'm glad. This was a very regimented ship we run over here at Violent People Radio, and glad you could make it. Glad you could make it as always. Also joining us, per usual, Pat, how we doing?
Okay, I had a lot of fun listening to last week's episode.
Shit, we recorded an episode last week. That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy.
I got to experience the fun of listening to it because I'm never going to listen to an episode that I actually am on. So I got to be a fan again.
That's what it's all about. Got to experience that joy again. Get back to your roots. Last but not least, we have the one and only, the man behind the Violent People exclusive Lucha Roundup, Chris. All right. Well, I guess Chris has decided not to join us this week, which I think is disgusting and hurts my feelings personally, as we have been planning this episode for weeks. We even have a big top this week, I'm pretty sure. So I'm excited for Dan to give that to us at the start of this episode. Right?
Well, can I say before we get to that? Well, obviously, we'll get into it. I think we can all say with certainty that Orchid, Marilyn, Porrick, any of our countless Andy, we have so many Cole, they all would have been here right at 8:15.
There they are. Chris, welcome to the show.
What's up?
How are we doing this week?
I'm chilling. How are you?
I'm doing great. Just drinking some cold ones with the boys. As one does on Violent People Radio. Dan, you were about to break down the hottest segment in professional wrestling for us.
You want me to open up with Big Top, like say what it is, so they're already thinking about it the whole episode.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I think that's a good idea, and I think that's a smart plan. And I know what the Big Top is. And I'm going to say it.
Before you say it, can I just
okay, good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There was my suggestion. I wasn't on last week, but I suggested a big top last week that was totally ignored, not mentioned at all. And I feel like just for the sake of future historians, anyone who has enough brain damage to go back and listen to old episodes in the future, we do need to document that Ronan Michael Elgin at Aaron Frobel 86 tweeted, "It's really hitting. Due to blood clots, I wasn't cleared to fly. Was supposed to be there tonight. Tana is such a special wrestler." He tweeted that on January 4th, 2026.
Now, again, I'm not one to put someone's personal business out there. This man was going to Japan, and it seems like maybe even going to wrestle Tanahashi in his retirement match. He does post a lot about not having enough money to provide for his family. So that
Well,
seems
you can
difficult.
clearly pay for all the expenses.
Oh, okay. All expenses paid. Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, of course.
Mhm.
It was
I
only the
imagine
blood
he
clots
would
that
have
stopped him.
he would have gotten the long entrance like Naito.
Yep. Probably longer. If we're
like-
being honest.
When we think about Tanahashi, the first American we think of, actually, sorry, Canadian we think of. Wait, is he American? Is he Canadian?
He's Canadian.
Okay. By birth.
Yeah, he might be a legal citizen now.
Okay. Regardless. White
No, let's
dude
get
that
into
you
the
think of.
politics. Let's get into politics. My Honduran friend Victor Mendez was pulled over by West Virginia State Police because he had a fucking air freshener hanging from his window. And you know what they did? They said, you don't have your papers on him, and they put him in jail. This is a legal U.S. citizen. You know what he did? He flicked him off and called his lawyer. He got out 2 hours later.
If you're legal, that's how it works, Dan.
It is. I know, but I mean, most of his friends aren't. Most of his crew members aren't. So no, this is like actual facts. In West Virginia, Western West Virginia right now, no one's getting fucking new roofs put on because they've all are like protesting this shit. There are no
I
roof
love
crews
that.
leaving. Because even if
That's
you're a white
cool.
guy driving a work truck in West Virginia right now, they pull you over to check the back.
That's wild.
So what happens if it rains?
You're getting rain in your house. They literally in Taze Valley, West Virginia, they called the fire department because the guys that were on the roof knocked the ladders off, so ice couldn't come up the ladders. They called the fire department. The fire department got up on their little lift and helped ice get them.
Jesus.
This is the fucking insane world we're living in, and Michael Elgin should have been in Japan. You're right.
Well, I hope he heals up quick from those blood clots. Those sound serious and real.
I'll tell you what. He's a liar about everything. He will periodically post some gnarly looking pics of his legs. There's something wrong with that man's legs.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's a guy that I would trust does have blood clots, maybe Michael Elgin. Now, he might not know that, so he might think it's a lie. But still, I trust that it's true, whether he knows it or not.
Okay, we've had a couple ideas for Big Top. We all know what it is. It is the spotlight on people we want the people to notice for the VP 100, no AEW or CMLL. But you brought up an interesting one, Sam. Calling all the people talking about e-feds and fanfics weirdos.
I'll take all day. It would take all day. We got a bunch of freaking weirdos, potentially creeps, in our midst.
Every single one of them is like, everyone but me that did this was weird. It's like, okay, well.
Does it make it more or less creepy that I did e-fed stuff when I was 14 years old? Does that make it better or worse?
Yes.
Better for you, worse for everyone else that was with you.
I'm pretty sure everyone else who did e-fedding at that time was also a 14-year-old boy.
That's what they want you to think.
The problem is if they kept doing it as they aged, as opposed to growing out of it by, say, 15 or 16, like I did.
Okay. Fair enough. Then you were just a creep. You were just a creep and a weirdo, and that's fine. You're here now, and that's what's important to me, Sam.
Thank you for reminding me who you were.
Yeah, I want the list. That's for a listener more than you, but I think it all works.
I have this condition called voice blindness.
I might be a little distracted this episode, so apologies there. The childhood venue of half of my birthday parties is closing this week and is turning into a car dealership. So, lot going on right now. Lot going on. R.I.P. Skate Estate.
Sam, you just started, blasting people for being creeps and weirdos, and now you're talking about R.I.P. the childhood birthday party place. Why are you still hanging around there?
He's like, I would go there once a week.
They used to have a water slide. It was beautiful.
What is this place?
A skate
It's
rink.
a car dealership now.
Oh, it was a skating rink with a water slide. It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That sounds really unsafe.
How does that work?
Well, they're separate. There's a building with the skating rink. They also have the machine that has the air that you try to catch the dollar bills. And that's what everyone on their birthday did. And then next to the building was the water slide. It was really two water slides that like crisscrossed each other. So that was pretty cool.
I went to a casino one time that had one of those machines and went inside of it. It was only $1 bills.
Oh, that's messed up. For casino?
I got out of it. Yeah, I got out of there. I made $27.
That's ridiculous. That's
and
ridiculous.
I was like looking, and they're like, "Yeah, there's only ones in there." And I was like, "Well, you could have just not put me in that then."
Dang, that's tough. That's tough. Wow, this is a place that just posted January 11th. Open 12 to 5. Stop in today.
We had a local country restaurant close that the last week of them being open was them posting statuses. Stop saying we're for sale. We're not for sale. Stop saying we're closed. We're open. Come in and eat. And then their last post was closing this Friday.
That's good. That is good.
Oh yeah, Dan. I meant to ask: do we have an update on Necro's employment status vis-a-vis Wendy's? Was it Little Caesars?
It was Little Caesars. I mean, he got his job back.
I was going to ask. I was going to ask if he had already quit again.
Now, listen, we actually did get speaking of putting business out there, we actually got a question for Q and AR that I'm going to go ahead and bring up right now since you said that. Let's see. Question for the pod from Orchid. If Necro Butcher was hard launching a romantic relationship, who would you hope it'd be with? I'm going to now reveal that the reason he quit his job is because when he went over to Japan at the end of the last year, it wasn't just to beg for a job with Big Japan. It was also to propose to a woman, and that did not go well, and he came back to America to get his job back at Little Caesars.
This is beautiful.
I stand by what I said on the Discord, which is that I would just assume that any food prepared for me by the Necro Butcher is just like hepatitis A waiting to happen.
6 days ago, everything is unpacked. I'm back at my empty apartment. Put that ring somewhere I'll never see. I would look at it every day and dream of a life I would have. She never even saw it. I had all my things packed by the door for a friend to pick up. I had to unpack everything and put it all back in place. That wasn't fun. Thank God my job took me back. I can go there and just check out of my head for a few hours every day. Back to work.
Wow.
Is he working in the kitchen, or is he delivering, or what's?
I don't know specifically.
Because I'm just, if you were like, getting a pizza from Little Caesars delivered to you, and out of the car steps fucking USA flag Zubaz, gig marks on his head that looks like he's been attacked with a meat cleaver Necro Butcher to hand you your pizza. It just, I cannot imagine feeling more unsafe.
It really would be like, leave it at the door.
Yeah, it'd be like, here's a tip for not coming back next time.
The wife's like, I told you we should have paid more and got Domino's.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, on the other hand, it's like if you're ordering Little Caesars, I mean, you're kind of already not doing well in life.
My nephew went through a phase where that was his favorite food, was a hot and ready. I hated it. I was like, I'll buy you anything you want.
What's his health like now?
He's doing all right.
Because I'm just imagining the.
Doing all right.
I'm imagining the Rizzler. I'm going to be honest with you.
Listen, I actually never saw that until he got in football and then slimmed down, and I went, hey man, you might have been a little chunky. Had like rose-colored glasses on. He lost like a ton of weight and grew like 4 inches, and I was like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Oh, yeah, good. The Little Caesars didn't stunt his growth.
No. And if you just do 2-a-days long enough, you'll sweat out all those chemicals.
Yep.
No,
That's
I
the
do have my
guarantee.
answer to Orchid's question.
What's that? What's your answer?
If Necro Butcher was to hard launch a romance, it would be, for my money, Rhea Ripley, because it would be like the time Taylor Swift was dating the guy from the 1975, and he went on the Adam Friedland show and was laughing at the racist jokes and talking about like ghetto gaggers. That would, for the Rhea Ripley Diva Stan fan base, it would be that.
Yeah.
Just
That's-
times a million, because Necro said way worse than making jokes about ghetto gaggers.
Do you guys remember when Seth Rollins was dating a Nazi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That was something.
That was back when he was cool.
Dang, any other scoops for us?
The big Facebook controversy going on right now in the Deathmatch Wars is there was a man who was releasing 7 DVDs because 7 charged a bunch of fans for DVDs and then didn't actually deliver them or ship them. So he started like making like pirated versions, but then he started doing it for lots of promotion. And what's his name? Jimmy Chando. He made
Jimmy
a
Chando
real
Lion?
yeah. He made a post that was really really like not confrontational at all. Was like, hey, I don't have it. I can't find it. But he's like, I understand the 7 stuff because they're not, they're screwing fans over and you can't watch it anywhere. But maybe don't openly bootleg from all the other promotions. And people freaked out on him. They're like, why you gotta be such a dick?
Yeah, I mean, I can only
Fucking
imagine
narc.
it would go over like if someone went on our Discord and said like, hey, maybe like pay for streaming services instead of just, maybe get an HBO Max subscription.
Porik maybe told Tanner to subscribe to CMLL and that did not go over
Yeah,
well.
I mean, Tanner, the guy who like regularly wanders in and is like, hey guys, I just, got into Magic cards. He's like, I don't want to pay for CMLL.
He's like, I dropped a cool grand doing a bunch of rips.
Oh man.
If you think
That's
Magic
good.
cards, will cost you less than $400 a year on CMLL, I mean, fucking get real. I used to sell those things to people, and oh my god.
Since we're just reading the Discord, the Riot Act, and then someone posted the giant YouTube with all the private links, and Steph was like, "Hey, I appreciate these thousands of dollars of free media, but could they organize it a little better?"
Like the Memphis Drive link.
Yeah, like where it's really well organized, where you pay for it. You're getting it for free.
I'm gonna say, knowing CMLL, there's no guarantee of that.
No, it's absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
I was looking for the what's the show that happens in March? The big show. No, yeah,
is Dos Leyendas.
yeah, impossible to find. Impossible to find. You search it and it's just like, nope, we ain't here. I pay for this. I'm giving them $35 a month to use whatever freaking search they've got,
and that's why he doesn't have a single Magic card.
A single Magic card.
I can send you some Magic cards if you want them. They give me like shitty Magic. There's a comic book store I go to, and the bags are stuffed with like cheapo common Magic cards. So I've just got this stack of Magic cards slowly building next to my PlayStation.
I love that. I love that.
I don't know. When you started that sentence, I thought you meant the post office gave you.
Oh, I wish.
That'd be funny.
I was like, that's
That'd
weird.
be funny.
Dude, there was one supervisor when I worked at one place. He had helped himself to one of the giant posters that they make for like advertising the different kinds of stamps. He had helped himself to the Dungeons and Dragons one and just kept it in his office on the wall. I was kind of like, yeah, if you're gonna steal one of these things, I guess that's probably the nerdiest one you can.
They're
So
bringing
actually,
back.
I'm not sure. He
Yeah.
kept it on federal property, so I'm not sure it counted as stealing.
Mm-hmm.
He has absolute immunity.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dan, what you been watching this week?
Okay, I feel that because I didn't watch what Pat put up on the Discord like an hour ago because
Sure.
I had already blocked off time because right before that, my new favorite promotion, 2CW, posted a new match on their YouTube for free. So I ain't paying for
Abyss
wrestling
versus
either. I get
Dudley?
it. Abyss versus Spike Dudley, which feels like a big deal on the territory.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
Spike Dudley, he's a New York boy, right?
I don't think so, but yeah, carry on.
I'm pretty sure he's from like. Oh man, now I gotta look it up. He's from Buffalo, New York,
Okay, never mind. I was wrong.
and it's an NWA
Does Buffalo
World
count?
Heavyweight Title match.
Sure. Okay.
And it's actually a match that has happened a fuck ton, which I wouldn't have thought that. It's like
What do
TNA
you
ran
got?
it all the time on those house shows, and they ran it a bunch on pay per view and stuff.
That's
and
funny.
then so 2CW is like late to the game, and then 2CW ran it twice as well. They started with the no holds barred match, and then they had
Then
this
they
match
ran
they
it?
posted, which they don't call a no holds barred match, but chairs are fine to use.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
No, this seems real. That seems good.
That was really really good. I mean, it's Spike Dudley in 2007, but like Spike Dudley versus a big guy is
Sure.
pretty tried and true formula. It was really fun. I like the way Abyss sells chair shots, like especially the ones in the back. He sells it like how I think you would react if someone really just like slapped you in the back of the chair. Like he's almost trying to like itch the middle of his back. He puts both his arms behind him, and but yeah, I'm hooked on this 2CW YouTube. So when they post
Tell
stuff,
them to keep coming.
I'm gonna keep it coming. I also get the emails when they tell me when they post new stuff to the Patreon. I wish I could remember who they have an AMA coming up with, but I thought it was very funny.
Sean Carr, I believe.
There it is.
Yes.
There it is.
Sean Carr. Binghamton boy. What's the issue with
No,
the
it's
Q&A
fine.
for
It's
Sean Carr?
I just don't think that's packing him in. I don't know.
So you thought Slick Wagner Brown was really doing it? But Sean Carr, not
now that
big
they
enough
pull-
name?
Now that I pull up my email, before they did Sean Carr, they did Jason Axe. So maybe Sean Carr's a get.
You just gotta learn the history of this promotion, brother. I think they're trying to burn through too many things too fast, and I think it's crazy. I don't know what they're doing. Do one of these Q&As once a month, not once a week.
And
I don't
put up
think
the first show.
put up another show. They're making $72 a month right now.
You know what's
So-
crazy? We would have gave Bob $72.
I obviously would have given Bob $72. I would have given him 150 right then and there.
That's too much.
No
That's
questions
2 months.
asked.
Yeah.
2 months, and that's across everyone. So
I watched a lot of good wrestling this week. I kind of want to shit on some stuff first, though. Like not shit on it, but like I watched that Fishman Sagrada match. That's fine. People are like, I mean, I guess it's an early match of the year because it's January 14th, and these guys bled a little bit and then had their 70th best match featuring each other. I don't know. It didn't move me at all. I was really excited about it. People were talking about it.
Well, we're at the part of the year where everyone is making their New Year's resolutions that I'm going to keep up with indie lucha. I'm going to, watch more DDT. I'm going to blah, blah, blah. By around April, everyone will have gotten tired of looking for things and will just be watching for is most accessible, like AEW or WWE or CMLL or whatever. But we're still in that part of the year where people are like, oh, yeah, Fishman, we got to catch up on him.
Which I like both these guys. I really like Fishman. I don't know that they've had a match of the year level match since 2024. But that's just me. I didn't think any of the ones last year were of that caliber.
you think Fishman's lost the juice?
I definitely didn't think this one is. I mean, like it's just fine. It's just they're just playing the hits and they have a shitty finish and then you move on. And then this one, if you knew I was gonna watch it, you knew I wouldn't be singing his praises too much. Chihiro Hashimoto versus Saya Alita. I think people that are freaking out about this only watched the last 5 minutes. Which the last 5 minutes, fucking awesome. The bombs are awesome. That fucking German she hits is awesome. But like there's 10 minutes of match. There's this part where they're fucking Saya's chopping Hashimoto over and over again, and the chops look like shit, and Hashimoto's selling of them is stupid and annoying, and it goes on for like 3 or 4 minutes. That's just like, it seems like that's a big chunk of the match is just these chops. And this is another one people are like, match of the year candidate. It's just like, I really fucking hope not. All right, now let me get into the good shit. Fuck all that. I also watched the Monsters Pit from Hungarian Championship Wrestling.
Now we're talking.
Barton versus Ron Corvus versus Ozzy Spencer versus Laszlo Arpad versus Makai Renato. And this fucking ruled. It's better than any 6-way scramble I've watched on a US indie in 20 years, I think. Because like they said, fuck all these flyers. It's just a bunch of big guys. Like there's a real big fat guy, and then Makai Renato is a legit like mixed martial artist. I guess I don't know if he did wrestling first, or whatever. But he's like an MMA guy over in Hungary, and he's got on MMA gloves and is like their version of Brock Lesnar. To the point where his finisher is the F5 that he hits real shitty, and like the MMA gloves make his job as a wrestler harder. Like he's had trouble gripping things sometimes, it seems like. But this was just fucking awesome. This was just big guys going around, hitting each other. There's chairs involved. And I posted in Discord. Everyone should watch it. They got it for free up on their YouTube. I think the same show has Sam's Goulas brothers on it, but I didn't check that out. I just watched the Monsters Pit match. And then also someone, I think it was Tim, someone told me that this match was coming up on the Discord on TNA Explosion number 959. The Andersons of Brock and C.W. Anderson versus Sinner and Saint, Judas A. Chris and Travis Williams. Not as a bit. This was fucking great. This was like 5 minutes long, but it was fucking awesome. I think I saw someone saying they weren't a big fan of Sinner and Saint, and I just love them as a tag team. They do like the stupid shit where like when Travis gets whipped into the corner, Judas will jump over top of it to like break his, like slow him down, and so he won't hit the turnbuckle. He'll just kind of run into his buddy. And this match was mostly like they did the thing where like they kept Brock Anderson mostly out of it, and CW's in there just punching Travis and Icarus in the face. Really fun match. Definitely worth checking out as well. And then Isaiah Broner versus Jack Price from IXCW out of Michigan. This was for the IXCW United States title match. This was really good too. This was Broner beating the shit out of Jack. Just like almost like a squash, which is funny because like Jack's the champion, and he just has nothing for Broner. They made Broner look like a real monster. And this was a real fun match, also for free up on IXCW YouTube. And this just happened January 10th. I also watched Mystico versus Cavanario. It was amazing. Kind of boring to talk about. I'd rather talk about fucking what's his name again? I like him a lot. Makai Renato. Everyone should check him out. He doesn't wrestle that much, but he's going to be on the 2026 VP 100 if I watch enough of him this year, because I don't know if I can rank him based on this one match, but I would really like to.
Hey, if you want to, do it.
Speaking of the VP 100, I don't know if you guys listened to. I don't want to get in the plug section too quickly. I don't know if you guys listened to the latest Q and TR, but I need to be checking for these phony ballots. People might be coming up with dummy email addresses.
Is that real?
I'm just saying, they might be stacking the voting box.
With Dragon Gate?
Yeah.
I hate to see it. I hate to
So
see it.
if there's more than one ballot that names Dragon Gate wrestlers, we know it's a phony.
Exactly. And not more than one person would do that. Unless we have a bunch of individuals that are truly sick in the head. All right, Pat. What are you watching?
So I watched what was the fucking show? GCW Do or Die with Priscilla Kelly versus Shotzi Blackheart, which
Sure.
has come up on the show recently. That was such a Dan, you were saying this was like a 7-star match?
I mean, 7 or 8, depend your preference.
I laughed out loud at the part where Zachary Wentz ran in, stopped Priscilla Kelly from lighting Shotzi on fire, and was like, "Stop it! You two are sisters."
Oh, he's the worst worker of the 3 in that match, right?
Absolutely, but and then Shotzi's husband like runs Zachary Wentz off. Her husband is not a wrestler, and I feel like Veda Scott and MLJ were just kind of like, something's happening there. Though I got to say, the Mecca, is there a sadder looking venue in all of wrestling?
No, it's pretty depressing.
Like that whole place just has the vibe of like no one enjoys being there.
Do they?
Probably not.
No.
But yeah, the Mecca is the rare venue that like there's some venues that elevate matches. I've never seen one before this that manages to make matches seem worth. But I did watch another show. What's that?
Well, real fast, I don't think I covered this because someone brought it up. It is funny that in a match where you brought up the gas, but like someone tried to light someone on fire, the finishing is like finishes them hugging, like they're buddies again.
Yeah, all it took was a Tiger Driver onto a bunch of light tubes. Yeah, that was such an NXT, like you could see like the NXT brain behind it, where they're shooting for moments, but there was no ability to achieve that kind of moment. And GCW isn't; those fans aren't really watching for like the NXT style melodrama. But yeah, I did also watch Shotzi Blackheart versus Serena Deeb in a match that I sent to you guys, telling you watch this because it's insane. And I stand by that. It's from, I think, Great Lakes Championship Wrestling. It's advertised as a ball game on the YouTube link. And I clicked that because I'm like, what's a ball games? I need to know what that is. Within the first 10 seconds, they tell you because Shotzi Black, they show a little like, preview clip show of the match before having you watch the match proper. And it's Shotzi pulling Serena's legs open and screaming, "Welcome to the ball game," for doing the Jeff Hardy crotch leg drop. There is no other like ball game type moment in the rest of the match, but the video editing of it is done to make it seem like one of those TikTok slop ads that just you're supposed to just scroll it past on your phone, watch it for 30 seconds. Except this is 14 minutes. They added sound effects. They added graphical things. So they also added subtitles. So when the crowd chanted "Let's go Shotzi" and "Let's go D," we had subtitles to let us know what the crowd was saying.
Thank God.
Overall, just genuinely insane. I do recommend you guys at least watch a couple minutes of it because I'm staggered by it. I don't really know what to say other than people need to seek this out. Just Google ball games on YouTube. And it's something. It's really weird. I watched. Oh, there's a Speaking of wrestlers who in Indie Lucha who everyone needs to get back on the horse with, not just Fishman, Sadaka back.
I saw that.
Wrestling Reina Oscura for the King Phantom in a beautiful Arena San Juan Pantitlan. It is a mess of a match, and I, as a huge Sadaka fan, I say that as like it is my kind of mess. I loved it. They are just going at each other recklessly. The finish involves handcuffs. Just, I hope she stays healthy this year and continues being a huge weird freak, doesn't know that wrestling is fake.
If she ever figures that out, I'm going to quit.
It's going to be like when Matt Riddle, learns that, how to do spots and sequences. It's just going to kill her instantly.
Hate to hear it.
Yeah.
Hate to hear it.
Yeah, Sadaka versus Reina Oscura for the King Phantom. That is my pick of the week for people to go watch and enjoy. And if you don't like it, fuck you.
As always. As always. All right, Chris. Bring it home.
I wanted to watch more wrestling this week, but there were several times that I just put some on and I just wasn't feeling it. To the best of my ability, it was just I would put something on that I knew I would like, and my brain was just like, what if you watched the worst Jackie Chan movie? And I ended up doing that.
That's the one where he's twins, right?
So right now it is January. So we are celebrating January by watching as many Jackie Chan movies as possible. Right now, the lowest ranked one is Vanguard. But very close is Hidden Strike, starring Jackie Chan, and I think this guy has some connection to wrestling. John Cena? Some guy who I guess worked in WWE for a little bit. And he had a movie with Jackie Chan that they filmed in 2018 that did not come out until 2023. And it is a piece of dog shit.
Come on.
That is just ugly as sin to look at. And two guys who are very charismatic, not doing anything fun for 2 hours, and directed by the director of Expendables. And
does
it is
the topic of Taiwan come up at all in the movie?
It does not.
Okay.
It is not as bad as Expendables 4, aka Expendables. But it's very close. It is just a garish looking film that makes absolute sense that it just stayed in unreleased hell for 5 years until they finally put it on Netflix, because who the fuck cares? Just garbage. And I ended up watching, most of the time I watched that instead of wrestling, because it just wasn't clicking with wrestling. But I did see a handful of more lucha memes in my catch up for last year, and a lot of it was good. I just wasn't in the headspace to watch wrestling. So I watched 4 shows regardless. The best matches are from September 14th, Avisman versus Pharaohs, and from the November 1st Virtus show of Lucha Memes versus CMLL, Barboza versus Caballero de Plata. Those were my favorites. Plenty of like pretty good wrestling regardless. There's from the November 16th show, there's a Cerebro Negro match versus Cachorro de Guerra, and Avisman versus Judas El Traidor versus Magnetico match that has I've mentioned this, like, whenever three guys I like work a triple threat match, a match that is much better if you just get rid of one of the guys. Like, it is very fun watching Judas El Traidor versus Magnetico. But there's still like 4 minutes where they're working and Avisman is right there on ringside, and you're just like, damn, it would be cool if like this match had a better structure and you just weren't like looking at one guy just outside of the ring while two guys are doing pretty good work. And I think the next Lucha Meme show I have on the docket has just a singles Avisman versus Judas El Traidor match, which I am excited for. But yeah, that one had limitations. The Virtus show was very good overall. Not as good as the previous one from July that had that Judas El Traidor versus Zandokan match, or the Cerebro Negro versus Shohua, Defunto versus Rey Espartano, etc. Like, there's a pretty fun Rey Espartano versus Viano Trace Jr. There's a Belial versus Virus match that I liked a lot. But it just didn't hit in the same way. There are two like pretty fun Mascara Dorada Lucha Memes matches in main events. He goes against Calibus on the October 4th show, and then versus Arrow Boy on that November 1st show. And they're both like pretty fun. But like, if you're a fan of Mascara Dorada, he's doing like significantly better work with highlight matches in CMLL or even AEW. So neither of those are like truly crucial. But I mean, I had a decent time watching these shows. There's a pretty fun Damus versus Tenali match. Like, there's fun stuff to be found in these matches, but nothing that like really overwhelmed me as like crucial in the way that some of the other Lucha Memes catch up has done. And like, that's fine, but a little bit of a bummer. And so I guess I will just watch Jackie Chan in The Tuxedo instead.
I was gonna say you should check out Twin Dragons and just marvel at how it was made the same year as Super Cop.
He is a land of contrasts, Jackie Chan.
Especially when there's two of them.
Like,
two of them poorly composited into the same shot.
Like, I watched Dragons Forever for the first time in the last week, And that movie fucking rocks. Classic, like, Three Dragons of Sammo Hung, Jackie Chan, Yuan Bao, at the peak of their powers, doing the craziest set pieces you've ever seen. Some of the dumbest comedy you've ever seen, but it works. And then you watch just like an old man Jackie movie like Panda Plan from 2024.
I don't even really count old man Jackie Chan movies as like the same guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's like a guy that is sold out like 10 times over at this point, and he's only doing like Chinese propaganda films. Panda Plan is better than like some of them. But it's still just like, oh my, like my goat is washed. Like what? Like even watching like a 2002 Jackie movie like The Tuxedo, where it's him like crossing over in America and it's not very good, and like none of the jokes land, but he's still like got something physically. It's pathetic. But I will keep watching that garbage, at least for the month of January.
For you.
So they really spelled Expendables 4 with the 4 as the A. That wasn't a joke.
Oh, you didn't know about that one?
I'm finding out now for the first time.
Yeah, Expendables. Yeah, that movie's a piece of shit. Like, that movie is so bad that, like, Hidden Strike is... I mentioned it in my Letterboxd review that if it was not filmed in 2018, I would have assumed that half of the movie was just, like, made in ChatGPT. Because, like, the landscapes of cities are terrible CGI. There are like CGI buses and just like CGI everything, and it looks ugly as shit. And like looking at the movie gives you a headache. Still, like, far and away better than Expendables.
Jackie Chan thoughts from the crew?
I'm deep in Expendables right now.
You guys know he was a cop with Chris Tucker?
They're bringing it back, and that's how we know America's back.
Yeah, Trump is bringing back our beloved Rush Hour movies, including Brett Ratner at the helm.
You gotta have Brett Ratner.
Yeah, innocent king, Brett Ratner.
Great director, better person.
Director of the upcoming Millennia documentary.
Beautiful.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I think like wrestling is the stupidest thing on earth, and then I'm reminded of things that aren't wrestling, and I'm like, well, I guess wrestling is maybe like only the stupidest thing on earth.
All right. I didn't really watch much this week outside of stuff for our award show, which is happening next week.
You're actually watching that stuff?
I'm watching that stuff.
I'm just going and voting for whatever the fuck I feel like, man.
There we go.
Yeah, anything I submit, that's just as a prank, dude.
Damn. Then I won't be talking about Avisman versus Aragon.
Fuck. I worked myself into a shoot there.
Didn't realize it was a prank. Unfortunate.
All of my stuff was dead serious.
You weren't gonna watch that anyway.
I did watch it.
Nobody ever listens to me.
No, you missed in the Discord earlier today. Sam was like, "Why did no one tell me? Where was a potential podcast co-host to tell me that this Avisman match was in the match of the year run?"
You weren't even in the Discord to see it.
I wasn't even there.
What's even crazier is I can't remember who it was. A guest host recommended it as well.
Really?
Yeah, because I can't remember because Chris hadn't gotten to it yet. Like he had watched one or something, but I remember someone else bringing it up as well, and Sam's like, "No, I'll see it in January."
It's true. It's true. We're back here. I never will have the goal of, hey, let's catch up on 2026 immediately. That's fool's gold, baby. You just gotta keep watching the previous year until you're submitting ballots for the VP 100, which is our big top for this week. We're shouting out names, naming names like the good old days of folks we think you should be voting for the VP 100 that may or may not be overlooked.
And yeah, Avisman.
Hey Sam, that's not how the show works.
I say it every year. Do we want to go how the show actually works and talk about what's going on the site first?
Shit,
skipped it.
I mean, I didn't. This is like Sam's format, and he fucking hates it.
Dan, what did we put on the site this week?
Oh, what did we put on the site this week? I don't know. Maybe there was an episode of Late Night with the 2012 Royal Rumble. Maybe there was a new Q and TR.
These all seem plausible.
Maybe before we record again, there will not only be a new Talking Tourneys, there might be a written Dan Rice piece. There will definitely be a new Talking Tourneys.
That seems not true.
The Talking Tourneys has been recorded.
That's wild to me.
Yeah.
Was that
you're not
what
like
you guys were doing the other night and I almost joined?
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah, I thought about it. I saw you.
We were talking about 2018 World of Sport.
Wow.
Okay, then I'm glad I didn't join.
You had too much to say. You would have, we would have went over our time limit.
Yeah, I just love Grotto.
Oh my god. Then that would have been a treat for you then. But yeah, so that's what's been on the site, what's coming to the site, maybe some other stuff, who knows.
Yeah, unfortunately last night we could not record another podcast because I had to build chairs for 2 hours. But I did not mention that this week I also watched several of my favorite matches of all time, even that I might be in the near future taking to some kind of secluded area, perhaps an island of some sort.
The island from Lost.
The island from Lost. I'm taking
specifically the island you go to.
I'm on the island from Lost, and I'm watching Matt Tremont versus Nick Gage from NGI 2, and I'm in. That is heaven.
That does sound pretty good.
I'm hanging out with my buddy John Locke.
You're telling me to post my Lost themed piece, Sam. We have to go back.
You know what? It's going to be timely multiple times this year. I can feel it.
Oh, I forgot that you changed it and made Porik the author.
I forgot I did that too.
Oh man, good stuff.
I was going to say something mean about Pork, but now I can't remember what it was. But
I'm sure it was true.
Go listen to the 2012 Royal Rumble. There you go.
All right. Now, you mentioned this man called Avisman. Avisman? Yeah. Avisman? Never heard of him.
Avis?
Well, if you've never heard of them, watch violentpeople.co in the coming days, and there may be something written about all of the best matches from 2025 that you haven't
Holy
seen.
shit. Well, that'd be
Along
really
with-
useful to me.
Along with his good friend Judas El Traidor.
Can I say this is why
Ooh.
these little fucking freaks shouldn't be submitting ballots already?
Yeah,
Yeah,
other than
absolutely.
the people that already voted for Avisman or Judas El Traidor, including Porik.
You haven't even
Shout out
listened to the
Porik.
VP award show where we're gonna, shape minds.
I mean, that is partially on me for having the ballots open this early. But you should know, like, when I open the ballots early, it is a test. I am testing you. And if you submit too early, you fail.
What's the cutoff for submitting too late?
When the list is out,
Oh, yeah.
then that's
well,
too late.
It'd be a good bit, though, to just submit last year's top 100 as your ballot.
All right. All right.
But, like, I bang the drum for Avisman every year, but he really did have a phenomenal 2025 between, like, his showcase matches in Lucha Memes, his appearances in IWRG, his series in Vic Mask against Aragon that culminates in that Apuestas match. Like, a guy who is older and can do it all and work whatever type of match and hang with guys who are younger than half his age and blow them out of the water. He is just phenomenal. That tag match that I highlighted a couple weeks ago on the show, where he's tagging with Freelance against Centurion and Flystar, and both of these old ass fuckers are just giving every ounce of energy in their bodies to keep up and entertain the wonderful people at Arena Nakopan. It's just beautiful sights to see. And if you don't have this guy on your ballot, I judge you. I don't think I talk about it enough that every person who submits a ballot to the VP 100, I judge you. And I keep my own hidden spreadsheet of who has the most ball knowledge, and some of you fail. Many of you fail. And I share it privately with my friends, and we all make fun of you.
You also said that this year you were going to start fixing ballots that you thought made mistakes.
Yeah. So, like, if I see like that guy from that shitty Jackie Chan movie, I've seen him on a couple ballots. I think he worked it.
Is that
like,
a
he had
joke?
a few wrestling matches, and if I see him on your ballot, I'm just going to admit, like, it had to be a typo somewhere, and I assume you typed in a J to put in Judas El Traidor, and somehow it came out with John Cena, and I'll just have to fix that for you.
Well, I'm glad you're keeping us accountable.
Yeah, someone's got to do it.
I think the idea of knowing about this site and submitting a list, but also being a John Cena 2025 fan is really crazy to me.
I actually can't remember if anyone actually has put John
Oh,
Cena
so I
on
might
their
be
ballot.
mad at nobody. Okay, fair enough.
I
Has
think
Tanner submitted their ballot
there will
yet?
be
Tanner
there will
has
be
not.
people.
Okay.
there will be people doing it either for sentimental reasons or because they're just kind of
Oh.
like, well, naming 100 wrestlers is hard.
You know what? They're not wrong. They're not wrong. Who could name 100 wrestlers?
I think they are wrong. There's so many wrestlers.
Yeah. But 100 like good wrestlers?
Is John Cena a good wrestler?
100 okay to good wrestlers?
100 wrestlers who lived in your head rent free.
John Cena, number 78. Here we go.
You want to know who my guy is? Who I'm pushing?
Austin Aries.
No. Well, yeah, obviously, but Timothy Thatcher. This year, listen. This year we have more Thatcher singles matches making tape since 2017. Since before Evolve was gone. Well, I guess became back. There's more Timothy Thatcher than ever. He's still amazing. I don't think he has the high highs some people have. I mean, I like that Travis Williams match more than any human alive. I mean, he has the Aoki match. He has, I mean, not a lot of like top of line match of the year stuff, but he is consistently fun to watch. Consistently looks amazing, and it's just wrestling constantly. And a lot of the people he wrestles are dog shit, and he drags them to entertaining matches. He's like, no, you're gonna have a good match, even if this is on a WWE ID show and no one's really watching it. Ice Williams, you're gonna have a fun match with me. I'm sorry. Steven Stetson, we're on Wrestling Open. You're gonna have a fun match with me in Rhode Island.
Yeah, that Thatcher is a guy who like is making more tape than he has in the past little bit, but it's just like, God damn, do I want to watch Wrestling Open? Do I want to even open that portal to hell? And like, I trust that the match will be good, but at what cost?
Well, I will say the other thing is most of these matches are like 7 to 12 minutes long. Yeah, like, I mean, I know that I'm trying to think. I know him and Aaron Rourke went really long for some reason, but like, I can't remember a lot of long 2025 Thatcher matches. So it's like, you can get in and oh my God, of course, the one, I haven't seen this, but of course, when I'm going through Cage Match, the one that sticks out, him versus Vinny Massaro went 21 minutes for some reason. But all these Wrestling Open matches are, 8 minutes long, 9 minutes long of him just like squashing these dudes. And he got fun stuff out of Marcus Mathers and Sam Holloway, who I like, but is still raw. I just think he's a guy that, like I said, like he is somehow more available, but also hidden from everybody.
I mean, yeah, and that's not just Timothy Thatcher. That's like any indie worker who didn't work our beloved Deadlock Pro Wrestling. Is that just like they're technically more like all of their matches are on film somewhere that you can watch, but the indies are just so dire that it's hard to convince yourself to actually watch them. But there are still good people working those indies, and Timothy Thatcher is one of them.
What about you, Sam? Do you have any people you want to lobby for?
CT Keys.
I've heard of him.
Works in Georgia. Has the best cruel match of all time in Southern Honor Wrestling. Go look it up. It's a fact. Granted, take whatever best cruel match of all time means to you.
It means a lot to me.
Sure. That's fair. Has a great match with Sal Renaro in January. Has a really fun match with Spiral da Silva in May. Spiral da Silva is like just a short, stocky Italian amateur wrestler type dude. Lots of fun to have there. Go watch.
I'm not gonna hold you to it, but like, where would you imagine a CT Keys ends up on your list? Like, what quadrant?
30.
Oh shit! All right.
That feels right.
CT Keys
I could
30,
also
John
just
Cena
put-
31.
Exactly. You nailed it.
That's around where I have Yuki Kamifuku on my current provisional
Sure.
ballot.
Sure. Anyway. Pat, who we got?
You know, personally, I think people should watch more death matches. But in this case, I'm going to make a case for comedy wrestlers. I think Kazuki Hirata will do fairly well because he had his brief run at the top of DDT. But he could always stand to do, but he's been one of my favorites going back over a decade now. I do think people just need to give more time to comedy wrestling in general because it is the hardest kind of wrestling to achieve and to do well. And when people can do it well, like the DDT comedy division, it really deserves recognition. There are a lot, Saul from our Discord had a thread the other day on Twitter, X or whatever it's called, pointing out that right now people are very high on Miyu Watanabe from Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling and treating her as this kind of anomalous case of like this unicorn who somehow is the only good wrestler they write off the entire rest of the promotion as being cutesy comedy crap, but will show up for Muse matches because she is good at playing a, classic babyface hero. And it's just so completely off base because Mew could not exist without the cutesy comedy crap of Joshi. Like, that is the system from which she emerged. It's not like she just, she went and trained with Timothy Thatcher while everyone else was training with Kikutaro or something. People do need to understand that comedy wrestling is actually, when it's done well, the best kind of wrestling. And I say that as objective fact. Speaking of Miyu Watanabe, on a recent QNTR, Quentin was talking about how her match at first Joshi Pro Big Show of the Year was a great puzzle solving kind of match where she had her big move but kept getting cut off from it, so she had to work through the match to find a way to do it. And that's what all good comedy matches are. They are all problem solving, puzzle solving matches where that someone is going to get Dan Shokodino's bare butt cheeks landing on their head. This problem to be solved in the match is not the competition between which wrestler will win. The problem to be solved is how do we get to the joke that we all know is coming, and how do we do it in a way that is at least somewhat fresh and unexpected. Learning to appreciate that really opens up the ways in which you can appreciate wrestling. Guys like Hirata, guys like Senshiro Takagi, Toru Owashi, Super Sasadango Machine, aka Muscle Sakai, Den Shokudino, all of them deserve so much more love. In Lucha, there are a bunch of comedy guys too. Demus deserves as much love for biting people's asses as he does for bleeding all over the place. I don't know, but I mean, those people all deserve to be higher on people's ballots. They deserve more notice and more credit for work that they do.
Yeah, I
And it is
mean,
work. You can't deny that it's labor. To dismiss their labor is non-leftist of you.
that very, very, very true. And I, as someone who goes to bat for the indie luchadors, as someone who loves indie lucha and deathmatch wrestling, the comedy is so crucial because it is at its best great slapstick comedy. Much like when you're watching a great Jackie Chan movie and he's having some of the craziest fights you've ever seen with insane stunts and he's crashing into things, and he's also just like mugging to the camera and hurting his bum.
Yeah, he also like vaults over a bike's handlebars and catches himself on the dick in the middle of a fight. And it's essential.
And like you mentioned, Dino, I can't wait to talk about some Dino in a few days with you, buddy, because you have a supporter in some of your agendas there.
God bless.
Especially one particular match that is beautiful.
One bold, underlined match. So are we cycling back around, Chris? Do you have someone else you want to, or whose turn is it? Is it Dan's turn? Already lost track.
I think technically it's Chris next. If we're going to go back around one more time.
Sure.
And yeah, I'll talk about a guy who I think had a very good year that many of our listeners are familiar with and have voted in the VP 100 before. But it's something we've talked about on this program. But where were you when Dominic Guarini became a good wrestler again?
Probably at work.
Because like I have always had a soft spot for Dominic Guarini for years, and usually like just from him having a lot of good tag matches, he has made my list in some capacity. But like this 2025 was his best year in at least probably 5 years. And he was a guy that like I am not alone in thinking, does this guy even have it anymore? Like at the start of the year, you're just like, oh, like Violence is Forever can have some good matches, and like especially dependent on the opponent, but like Dom Guarini is like good again. And he can put on those, like, I don't know if he's just like finally recovered from some of his lingering injuries or what it is, but he, like, as someone with the skepticism towards DPW as some of my co-hosts, like, damn, he had some great performances in there. The Mad Dog match is great. The Manders match, his Bloodsport match with Charlie Dempsey, it's just like, for someone that a lot of our community knows and has voted for and has been high on in the past, like, he's someone who isn't being talked about enough as a guy who just didn't have just he's one half of a really good tag team, but like has the singles matches to back it up and like can believably end up very high on someone's ballot, and I won't like scoff at it and just like, oh, it's just because like he's a chill guy who might DM you on Twitter or something. Like, no, he's great fucking year from Dom Guarini.
I feel like I gotta ask Dan to confirm this.
No, 100%. I was one of those guys. I fucking dug the hole. I was ready to bury the man. I was done with him. And he's back. Obviously, like Chris said, I want to go to bat for Austin Aries. I'm an Austin Aries guy. I thought he's looked great. I have a fun little... So I'm talking about the number of matches Timothy Thatcher had. How many matches do you think Austin Aries had in 2025? Any guesses?
20.
The answer is 59. Because 43 of them have taken place between November 14th and December 14th, and they all took place in Canada.
Oh, he went on one of those death tours?
Yeah, he did. He went on one of those tours. I don't think there's anywhere to watch any of this shit. But I was like scrolling through. I'm like, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm reading. Who's Kamikaze? Who's Gabriel Lestat? Austin Aries been putting on bangers with them all across Saskatchewan. If that shit's out there,
he's getting his reps back in for the battle ride.
But I mean, it is funny, but I don't think most of his Australian stuff is available either from the beginning of the year. So it's like he has worked 50 some matches and like 6 of them are available. It's like 4 MLW matches and 2 CMLMO matches. But he rules. People should vote for him. But everyone knows I'm pushing MLW guys. They're out there doing the Lord's work. I don't think I need to belabor that point. A man who might make my list, and I am shocked by it, is Eric Dillinger. Just it all started with that RPW King of the Kill, and then I saw the dog collar match that he had that I really liked, and I went back and I watched the other Sage Phillip matches, and he's a guy who is on a lot of shows that I don't really want anything to do with, so I don't think I've watched any of it or seen any of it. But as I go back, it's like, oh man, well I have to click on an Atticus Kogar match to see what Eric Dillinger is doing. Well, I have to watch a Tommy Trainwreck match. I don't know, but
maybe not that far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not going to watch that one, but he's just a guy that sticks out. And I don't think anyone, I mean, even Pat can't answer this. Are there humans that watch? This is not really a big top for Jason, but are there humans that watch Big Japan?
Big Japan Pro Wrestling?
Wrestling, yeah.
Actually.
Because like I'm looking at man, there's so many gaijin go over there. So many like they're just putting on shows constantly. I've never heard a single human talking about them.
It blows my mind that they brought over Chondo. I'm just like, what the? I mean, I can only imagine it's because he works for like a fucking package of peanuts, but it's insane to me that Chondo got to go to Japan.
But yeah, Eric Dillinger did a tour over there because, of course, everyone did. So I was like, oh, I wonder if I'll watch that stuff. But like, there's no one to curate that stuff. It's just like, there it is.
My experience watching BJPW in 2025, I would dip in occasionally, and it's, I don't know, the word house style seems to fit or like house show death matches where they're not really cranking it up. They're just they know what the crowd wants to see. They're just gonna, kind of lumber through that. Depending on the night, some of the people might not be trying as hard. I don't know. I started off 2025 like, yeah, I'm gonna, keep tabs on the deathmatch division in February. Like, I've seen enough. I would check in occasionally throughout the year, but nothing really stood out.
And then, I mean, I'm just gonna just naming guys because I'm gonna go over like the guys that are still good. People aren't happy about it. Younger, Gulak, Quackenbush, the big 3. They're still out there.
Drake had a great year.
Who did? Drake? Yeah, he
Drake.
did. He had a great year.
Fucking year.
Yeah, and I like Gulak whenever he's out there way less than Drake, or maybe not, just stuff I'm not watched. But I know that they just put up the first episode of that Gotham Wrestling, so his match hasn't aired yet, but he will have a match with Papadon that I want to watch in 2025.
Crazy to say.
Yeah, but I don't know about Quack for sure, but Drake and Drew would both be on my list somewhere. Drake in the top half, almost certainly.
That's impressive.
I mean, you have to appreciate Mr. 50's Miles Clark.
You gotta.
I think we should make everyone vote Drake Younger at number 50 on their ballot.
That's good. Or just Chris just put him at 50.
Yeah, I already have that.
Okay, yeah, have that locked in. Like,
put him
last
at
year when
every iteration of 50. So it's like 750, 650, 550. He's just on there however many times.
Like last year, wasn't there someone you didn't put in the top 10 or something?
Yeah, I didn't put Bryan Danielson in the top 10.
Yeah, that's good. Like, so leave him out. Leave him out. Leave him out too. He's not going to be on the list, right?
He will not.
Are you sure? Like right now, would Bryan Danielson be in the top 100?
He would not.
Okay.
Oof.
Okay.
All right.
I know the voters, and they are the type of idiots that would be like, ho, isn't it funny to put Bryan Danielson on my list because he wrestled kind of a match or two?
I think just a match, right?
I don't know.
I
I think it's just
a run
Max
in.
Caster.
Yeah, he had I think there are a couple times where he ran in, but yeah, he as far as I know, he only had one actual bell rang match, and that's the Max Caster match.
Okay. All right. Who else?
Sam, you
Who
going
else
to tell
is-
us about Don Freeze?
No, I haven't watched enough Don Freeze in 2025. So, unfortunately, because he wrestles in promotions I don't actually care about watching.
They're happening at the
upstate New
skating
York.
rink, Sam.
Yeah, they're happening occasionally 15 minutes from my house. I was like, I can't be bothered. You should be voting for Jeremy Wyatt, just like you should for most years. Jeremy Wyatt, the best pro grappler of his generation. His match with Trick Davis, one of my favorite matches of the year. Another good year. I think no one's going to vote for him because that's just typical for people to not vote for one of the best wrestlers out there. But what are you going to do? I thought the match was like Joss C from a promotion. I don't even know. It happened in January. Shockingly fun. Also wrestled against Jake Parnell and Victor Analog with Anakin Murphy. Surprisingly, pretty good match. So, most wrestling in St. Louis Anarchy, someone that I always will recommend people go out and watch. And get them on your ballots. Pat?
Well, I'll cap us off with someone who did not make the top 100 last year, and it was a crime against nature. People, you need to vote for El Macuaro. Chris, the number one Macuaro fan, such a fan that his Twitter account got deleted.
Yeah, they had to shut it down because I loved Macuaro too much.
He is a figure who, right now, I want to say he's singular, but there's also El Licenciado Teporocho, who's kind of doing the same gimmick as him in a weirder way. But Macuaro is a wrestler who entirely exists on his ability to instantly connect with the crowd. The crowd saw this weird old man who looks like a perverted janitor and said, "We embrace him completely." And he embraced them back in turn. His matches thrive on that connection. And I think that's like the one thing you can learn how to do every single cool move in the world, but you can't fake that connection. You can't fake a crowd saying, "This is our guy, we love him." And you also can't fake being able to respond to that and work with that. There are plenty of people who the crowd will embrace, and the guy can't hold up his end of it because he's just not good enough or charismatic enough. Macuaro, not much pro wrestling skill in the traditional sense, but he has the ability to work that I would put easily within the top 10 2025, let alone the top 100. If he doesn't make it this year, it is a moral failing. the voters.
I completely agree.
It's also
it feels
racist.
like he'll make it.
We got to be sure.
Yeah, if you're in line, stay in line.
You know, you don't need to vote for fucking Penelope Ford or someone. Vote for McQuarrie.
Another guy who, like, along with like his ability to work, like there's like a good deal of comedy. Like, sure, he's like bleeding buckets and making his opponents bleed buckets, but very great at doing the slapstick comedy of lucha death matches.
I mean, if
Phenomenal at it.
you want to see someone who is a comedy wrestler who does not connect with the crowds, watch Danhausen. And then watch someone like McQuarrie, and you can see, oh, this is someone who, like, people say, like, we fully buy into the comedy that this guy is selling us. We are willing to give ourselves over to it rather than just, you know, just kind of chant for stuff. It is a totally different animal.
I think the most important thing is just write down everyone we said, throw it on a list, submit the ballot.
Yeah, add like 40 other wrestlers because otherwise I won't count it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, just put in like Julia, Jey Uso,
I'm
Jesse
hearing good
Ventura
things
was
about
on a
John
show,
Cena
so
as
I guess, you know,
2025.
CM Punk, Rhea Ripley, Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa. Naming wrestlers is hard.
Logan Paul.
JC Mateo, who could forget JC Mateo?
Who could forget JC Mateo?
I did till right this second. I was like, who the fuck is JC Mateo?
Oh, you know who that is.
I know who it is. It took me a minute.
He was in. Was he in the Unbreak? No, he wasn't in the Unbreakable Effing Machines. What was his tag team?
I mean, he teamed with Elgin. I don't know if it had a name, but Elgin complained about how stinky he was.
Yeah, that was what I was leaning towards. I couldn't remember if
Okay.
it had a name.
Listen, I don't know who the fuck JC Mateo is, but I know that Michael Elgin told Ring Rat that Jeff Cobb smelled. I'm here for that.
Oh, Michael Elgin. I mean, fuck it. He needs the boost.
I tried to get him submitted for the SAG Awards. I couldn't figure out how to do that, but
Do you think we could get his screenplay submitted to the guys who run the Blacklist?
There's been worse screenplays on the Blacklist.
Listen, I don't want to pay him money because I don't think you should. Oh my, I lost it. Who's that fucking guy? He used to do PWG shows. Wrestling Isn't Wrestling. Famous director dad.
Oh, Max Landis.
Max Landis. Do you think we can get Max Landis to do a pass on the script?
If we were a 14-year-old girl, probably.
Really get it? Really? Because I think that's what he did after he kind of slinked away from public viewing.
Well, the Michael Elgin Max Landis collaboration, the world is not ready.
All right, we got any other wrestlers to shout out here? Name names.
I think it's Big Top.
That's a big top. Big top. Not a lot of questions this week. Unfortunately, for Q&AR. First question up. And there may have been a question before this, but I'm simply not going to look. So, Pork, best Karmalenko match.
It's going to be him versus Matt Mako.
Oh my gosh, shut the fuck
It
up.
will be him versus Matt Mako.
Yeah. The match that everyone was hoping for as soon as Carl Greco was announced. Damn, that'd make a perfect opponent for Mako.
Imagine if everyone's like hopes had been confirmed and they got Jerry Lawler, but then still put him against Matt Mako.
I mean, it's boring. It's probably just one of the Ishikawa matches, but
Sure.
I don't understand. I don't know. I mean, I guess I understand it. Why are we putting him against Matt Mako?
To make you specifically upset.
I think you just like Matt Mako more than I do.
Oh, I do. I think that's a terrible choice. But it's obviously who they go with as soon as it's announced.
It's already booked. Like, it's a done deal. I just wanted to make sure I was out there publicly against it.
Yeah. To Phil, to his face. You want him to know, hey, I want this.
Hey, let that old man stay retired if that's what you're going to fucking drag him out for.
I mean, GCW, Bloodsport, and Battle Arts are kind of the same thing.
God, it's going to bring out the absolute fucking worst in Mako, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Dokomo. Question for Bob. Which wrestler would you be most interested in writing fanfic for? What would the story be? I wouldn't. I simply wouldn't. It wouldn't be anything that I ever did. If I did, shoot me.
I would probably write a fanfic about how Matt Mako goes to Phil and Matt and says, like, I respect the DVD-VR message board too much. Don't put me in this match.
I would write a fanfiction about
Cody.
My fanfiction would be about Cody Rhodes exposing his dog to increasingly louder explosions until he's finally just like assassinated by someone. It'd be a love story.
An erotic fanfiction about Cruel.
Oh, for the record, any fanfic I'm writing is erotic.
Yeah.
Oh, by nature. Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't you tell me? Dan?
I'm making sure.
Pork, question for the pod. What are the strategies for VPR to win or at the very least get nominated for next year's Golden Globe Podcast Award?
I mean, the Golden Globes are pay to play, so you guys got to buy a lot more mugs for us to mount the campaign to the Hollywood Foreign Press Association.
We need $5,000. That's how much it takes to get nominated.
True.
We can make it happen.
How many mugs do we need to sell for that?
More than 5,000.
I don't understand that math. Are the mugs costing us money?
Mugs are basically costing us money.
Hey, what the fuck is what is up first? Oh, the NPR up first. What are we doing? I guess Caller Daddy, Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard, good hang. All right.
I'm shocked Bill Simmons' podcast wasn't nominated.
Well, that's a good podcast. The rest of these aren't.
Yeah, they go for the big name stars.
I mean, they
podcasting used to be an industry.
They announced these nominees before Bill Simmons released the Rewatchables podcast that has shaken the nation, and I think he's a shoo-in next year for Rewatchables because his top 50 rewatchables of the 21st century is truly incredible.
Impeccable. They put the number 16 Limitless as part of his intro now. It's beautiful.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Him and cousin Sal, they're on Netflix just doing the pod?
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts. You're like, I want to look at these guys' faces when they talk about football. Give me cousin Sal on my big screen.
Oh, man. What a weird thing. I don't get it. Whatever, I guess. All right. Respect Pat, bitch. Take it easy. Q for the P. Which wrestler best describes each kitchen appliance? How would you define a kitchen appliance?
I feel like we've gone down this road on this show before.
Yeah, I think this is a repeat. Also, I think Otis is a refrigerator.
Sure.
I think Rhea Ripley is a panini press.
I was terrified you were going to say dishwasher. Oh my god. Who dodged the bullet?
I think Nikita Lyons is a cast iron.
That's definitely not an appliance.
I think that Kyle O'Reilly is a food processor.
We all.
Matt Mako is an air fryer.
What
That's
the fuck?
disrespectful to air fryers.
No,
Yeah,
but
what
the
do you got against air fryers?
I think they're kind of stupid. Grow up.
What does that mean?
It just means grow the fuck up. I don't like air fryers. Grow up. I'm done with it. I'm done with them. And I'm done with Matt.
I'm gonna be honest with you. With the size of your home, I assumed you had multiple air fryers in there.
I do. I own 2 air fryers.
Oh, okay. You just don't you don't use them.
Well, I have one actual just air fryer that's in a closet, and then I also have the toaster oven is also an air fryer.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Has an air fryer
Toaster
in
oven is an air fryer.
Yeah.
All squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares.
Yeah.
Anyway, people really mess up this whole thing by putting other questions in here. Questions for the pod. If you got to the point in your life where you felt the need to hire an escort, would you show her wrestling? What? Cole?
That would be my 13th reason.
I don't. None of the above. None of the above.
If it was really funny. I mean,
Okay.
fun. Like that's like, it's gotta be like something that can turn into a funny story.
Sure.
Otherwise,
right.
it just makes you sound like you have ED.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Like, I couldn't get it up, so let's watch NXT, I guess.
Perfect. All right, so we'll give the floor to you after I've asked this question. Please rank the members of Los Psycho Circus, as in Dave the Clown, Murder Clown, Panic Clown, Monster Clown, and Psycho Clown.
I mean, Psycho Clown obviously is number 1.
Sure.
No surprise there. That's the boring pick.
It's also the correct pick.
Yeah. Monster Clown, number 2.
Interesting. I wouldn't have got that.
Number 3, Dave the Clown. People shit on Dave the Clown too much. He's crucial to the vibes of Los Psycho Circus. We love Dave the Clown on this program. Then it's Murder Clown, and then Panic Clown.
Okay, I'm very happy you said that, because all I knew, this was my only thought, was Psycho number 1, Panic is the worst.
Panic easily the worst. He should be getting the vitriol that Dave gets.
I'm going with I'm switching Murder and Monster in your order. I think Murder Clown is pretty good in his role as like huge babyface monster. He's, like what Kane was in 2000.
I can respect that.
And Monster Clown strikes me as like one of those old New Japan, like Tenzan in 2025, where it's like, well, we're still paying him. We might as well send him out and give him something to do. But, he's just going to be there.
And me personally, I love that Monster Clown is there.
Oh, yeah, no, he should be there. I just don't rank him as highly as I do Murder.
I'm glad we scientifically answered this.
I love a washed up luchador who doesn't really do anything, but he's there, and that's why Monster Clown is my number 2.
Nick Yemen, question for the pod. Why is VPR?
Because of each and every one of you.
True. Okay. Good answer.
Hey,
Good answer.
You guys did something bad in a past life that you deserve listening to this.
There we go. Docomo, question for the pod. Who will be the winners of the 2036 Royal Rumble, and what company will sponsor it?
Oh, we'll all be dead by then. There will not be a planet Earth.
Sure. Fair enough.
I'm going to say Electra Lopez, and it'll be sponsored by Glad Trash Bags.
If the Earth is ending, can we all say what match we would show the escort on our last night on Earth? I assume that's how we're all spending it.
Can't say I am.
The answer is Aleister Black versus Damian Priest in an ambulance.
I will be answering that question on an upcoming podcast with Sam, so I don't want to give it away right now.
Okay.
What 10 matches would you show her?
Wasn't an LA Knight versus Bray Wyatt match sponsored by Mountain Dew?
Mountain Dew Pitch Black?
I'd like to show her that and then say, when we all die tonight, I'm going to meet Bray Wyatt.
Sure. Poor question for the pod. Why isn't VPR?
Because you guys aren't buying enough mugs.
Isn't that the truth? Get on it. They're not that expensive.
I use mine once a week, easy.
Same. Tim, question for the podcast. Best and worst Nepo siblings.
Worst, I'm going to say the Lawrence brothers.
Okay.
Oh, see, I was thinking of wrestling. You're doing everything. Okay. Because now I'm thinking maybe Donald Trump's kids.
Sure. I was just thinking the McMahons.
Well, those are the best.
No.
Stephanie McMahon invented women's wrestling.
She's also a podcaster now, I think.
And Shane jumps off stuff.
I feel a long time Shane was just like doing business in China or some shit. And then I was like, what if I got back into it? What if Papa really did think I was the best boy? I was.
I do want to say my pick for worst Nepo sibling is a tie between Maximo and La Mascara. Those guys suck.
Whoa.
They're just not good. Psycho Clown is the good one in the family.
Damn. Get him.
Actually, no, they're like cousins. They're not siblings, but whatever.
Yeah, who cares? Siblings, cousins, same difference.
They would kill to be as good as Dave the Clown.
I'm pretty sure that they have killed. And there's some drifter in Mexico that they think no one's going to miss.
Can I say I was really worried you were talking about the Maximo's, like the Spanish announce team?
No.
I was like, those brothers rock.
Maximo, the son of El Brazo.
No, that makes
also,
more
why they're
sense.
Nepos?
Because they're part of the Alvarado wrestling dynasty. You know, children of Los Brazos.
No, I think he's asking me why the SATs are Nepos. I don't know. They're related to. Are they related to Red?
Well, no, it's Nepos.
Red's their father.
One is.
They're not like Nepotism doesn't have to be your parent.
That's fair. No, you're right.
It's a Nepo sibling thing, though, so it would be one of the SAT dragging the other one by the coattails.
Well, you could also be like Shane and Shane and Stephanie is their dad dragging them into the business.
That's how I write it.
I'm going to say best Nepo siblings is C.W. Anderson's younger brother, Brock.
I'll never get over 20 years of C.W. Anderson being completely no-sold by Arn. And then Arn has oh, Brock, you want to get in the business, C.W.?
And there's no better person to do it than C-Dub, Really treating him right. All right. Next question. We only got a few more here. Orchid, question for the pod. If Necro Butcher was hard launching a romantic relationship, who would you hope it'd be with?
Given his history, nobody.
Oh, given his history, Stephanie McMahon.
Stand by my Rhea Ripley answer from earlier.
Sure.
Or no, he should date Zara Schreiber, Seth Rollins' Nazi girlfriend.
Oh gosh.
Every time you say Nazi girlfriend,
when we come full circle on an episode, it always feels nice.
Yeah. Every time you say the Nazi girlfriend, I'm like, you know what? Really can't believe that Zachary Wentz got signed by AEW. What a time to be alive.
Was that breaking news?
That's breaking news. Rascals, welcome to AEW, including MLW superstar Myron Reed. You heard it here first. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, they got four of them.
I could not care less. You said Myron Reed, now I'm like, okay.
I know how to get you, Dan. I know how to get you.
Aren't those guys? Aren't they all from Sammy Callahan's OVE group? Too?
Yes.
Yep.
They have
he
all
retired,
at different times in their lives
them all
lived with Sammy Callahan.
Yeah,
one of the most influential workers of the 21st century. Yeah.
They're all in AEW. Sammy Callahan is retired and starting a Twitch channel or something. The Chris brothers are dead. It's crazy who won out in the end.
I hope Moxley gives them all the rub as, a favor. Anyway. Question for the pod. Which wrestler is the most likely to win Hell's Kitchen?
Luigi Primo, the pizza guy.
Sure. There you go.
I feel like Baron Corbin does stuff with meat.
Okay.
I think the answer is obvious. It's Abdullah the Butcher for his ribs.
He keeps getting all the guests Hep C. Got a problem. Gordon won't like that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not a big Hell's Kitchen fan, folks. Don't care.
Way better.
I watched the first season of Hell's Kitchen 20 years ago, and it astonishes me that it's still on.
There's so many better cooking shows, people.
Even if you had to watch Gordon Ramsay, put on Kitchen Nightmares.
Kitchen Nightmares. Now that's a show.
That one and the hotel one where he goes and has the black light, so he just he's like, look at all the fucking cum in your room, you pig.
No, it's good. It's good. I will say the guy, I don't know who's pitching him the ideas for these shows. I think obviously I understand MasterChef is kind of just a basic ass cooking show for quote unquote home chefs. But still, kind of just generic.
So, who do you guys think would win on an episode of Cutthroat Kitchen? My question.
Oh, now that's a cooking show. That's the right cooking show.
That's a cooking show with a VPR spin on it.
I unfortunately think it's MJF.
Yeah, because Cutthroat Kitchen is just a plunder brawl as a cooking show. So I've got to go with the Necro Butcher.
Sure, he's got restaurant experience.
You guys ever watch any guys' grocery games?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I fuck
good.
with guys' grocery games.
That's all man's got. Okay, cool.
No, it's good shit. I mean, I think it's on
Yeah.
HBO Max. Go ahead, check
Cookie
it
shows
out.
are good. Except
It's like
Hell's
a great
Kitchen,
way
I
to be
guess.
like, it's 1 p.m. It's 1 p.m. on a Sunday, and then you look up and you go, oh, I gotta go to bed.
Sometimes, like, I watch Chopped, and I'm just like, what would I have cooked? Now, it wouldn't have been good, but
I love watching Chopped, and as someone who almost never cooks at home, just being like, what a fucking idiot.
Oh, that's my favorite.
You're making ice cream with that much time left. All right, buddy.
oh man. All right.
Let's hollow this out and add it to our blender. Now in the blender, we're gonna add some Greek yogurt.
God bless. Add that Greek yogurt. Anyway, next question. Last question from Chromat. What is going on?
What's happening?
What is happening? Anyway, last question. Chromat. Which wrestler would be the most fun to make in a D&D campaign? I don't even know what that means. How do you make a wrestler?
Wouldn't do it. I'd watch cooking shows instead.
Yeah.
There we go.
As
Right answer.
someone that has done a D&D character that is just Hulk Hogan, playing as Hulk Hogan in a D&D campaign is awesome.
I think it would be fun to play as someone like Roosh, who is just a maniac who goes around with like oppositional defiant disorder, yelling at everyone.
And that's a great, like, if you can't make every week of the campaign, that's great. You just disappear kind of like for
It's also
at a time.
I find that like dungeon masters and game masters really love it when, they're like, the kindly old wizard like greets the party and your character is just like, listen up, you fucking old wizard bag, give us your shit. They really like that kind of additions to the game and the lore.
That's just good advice.
So when I do the VPR actual play, you know what to expect from us. You know what to expect. And that's Q&AR. And that's an episode 81 of Violent People Radio.
Next week's the big one.
Next week, a two-parter. Gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of hatred, a lot of people.
I'm mad.
I'm already worked up.
Already heated, already hot and bothered. Do you ever
My
tell you?
goal is
good wrestler.
My goal is to keep my tone civil so that all of you sound crazy while I just calmly say the absolute craziest shit.
I'm excited for it. All right. Thanks, y'all, for listening. We'll be back again next week. 100%.
Bye.
Bye, guys.